Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel doing some home Pilates workouts, and today we are going to be doing a lower and glute focused workout. So I'm not going to talk too much. Grab your mat, grab your water, take a swig of your water, and let's get straight back to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down onto our mat into our all fours position, and what we're going to do is we're just going to very quickly do a couple of cat cows just to stretch out our back before we get started into this. So we're going to lift and look up to the ceiling, and we're going to curl under. Breathe in and out. Breathe in as we lift up to the ceiling. Breathe out as we curl under, really engaging our core here. Lift and lower. Lovely, and from here we're going to extend our right leg out, all the way out. We're going to look forward, and we're going to make sure, just check our arms are directly, our shoulders are directly over our wrists here. We've got our core nice and strong and engaged. And what we're going to do is we're going to point our toes right out, and we're going to tap our toes to the right edge of the mat. We're going to kick that leg up, and then we're going to drop it to the left edge of the mat. So what these are called rainbow kicks. So we're going to lift and kick it up into the central and tap to the left. Lift and tap to the right, and we're going to do a few of these little rainbows with our legs. So when you're lowering and lifting, you're doing it with control. There's no flopping down. So lift, tap to the right, lift, tap to the left. A few more of these. 4, tap, tap. 3, tap, tap. 2, tap, tap, and last one. Lovely. And keep that leg lifted now. And what we're going to do is we're going to bend our knee, and we're going to put our heel up to the sky, and we're going to pulse from here. We're just working our glute here. So some pulses. 10, 9, 8, pulsing it, really checking our core is engaged, everything is engaged here. Should really be feeling it in the glute already. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to extend that leg out, and we're going to go back to those rainbow kicks. So tap to the right, kick up, tap to the left, kick up. And just looking forward, nice and strong. Our core is engaged, our leg is engaged. Should be feeling it in the glute. We're going to do 4 more. Tap, tap, tap and kick, tap and kick. 2, tap and kick, tap and kick. And last one, tap and kick, tap and kick. Lovely. And we're not going to drop. We're going to hold that leg out. We're going to lift our heel to the ceiling, and we're going to do a few more of those pulses. So I know this, we're going straight in for a quick burn on this one. So you should be feeling it straight away. And I mean, I just did the last recording, so I'm definitely starting to feel it. Pulse up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we are going to release that back down. Lovely. And we're just going to go straight into the other side. As I said, my recordings are going to be short and sweet. There's not going to be too much messing around. It means you can fit it around any schedule, and you don't have to worry about wasting time. So what we're going to do is extend out. Our toes nice and long, our core is engaged, we're really thinking about lifting that belly button to our spine. Our shoulders are above our wrists, just double checking. And we're going to tap to the left hand side of the mat, kick up, and the right hand side of the mat and kick up. Tap and kick, tap and kick, tap and kick. The rest of our body is staying super strong, not really moving. It's all in that leg and glute. It's all coming from that glute muscle here. Tap, kick, tap. Just keep tappity tappity. We're going to do 4 more. Tap and kick, tap and kick. 3, tap and kick, tap and kick. 2, tap and kick, tap and kick. And 1, tap and kick, tap and kick. Lovely. Extending that leg out, bending the knee, lifting the heel up to the ceiling, and we're going to pulse. Pulse. You should actually now be feeling it in the right hand glute as well, just holding this position as well as the left hand. So that's good if you're feeling it there. Just power through. We're going to 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And extend. We're not dropping down. And tappy tappy them. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. Come on, guys. I know you're feeling the burn already because I am. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. Come on then. Come on, we can do it. Tap, kick, tap, kick, tap, kick. And 4. And 3. And 2. Oh, and 1. Lift and pulse. Pulse. Come on, we can do it. You should be feeling it all over the lower body now. Pulse, pulse, pulse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Whew, I felt that straight away, so hopefully you did too. A little swig of water here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lower our hips down to the floor. We're going to lower our bodies down, and we're going to cradle our head in our left hand or right hand or whatever side, doesn't really matter. And we're going to use the opposite arm to kind of create a little balancing thing here. And our whole body is going to be in one long lean line from here. What we're going to do is we're going to lift the top leg up to the ceiling. So we're going to kick and we're going to lower with control. Lift and lower with control. We're not dropping down. We're lifting, really nice kick, powerful kick, and we're lowering with control. Lovely. So this really should be working all of the leg and the inner thigh here as we lower with control, pointing those toes, keeping that leg lovely and lean and long. A few more of these. 4, 3, lower, lower, lower with control. 2, lower with control. And 1, lovely. And once we get to here, we're going to bend our knees into or towards us. And what we're going to do is we're going to create sort of like a diamond shape, diamond shape with our legs. And what we're going to do from here is we're going to tap our top toe together, and then we're going to almost kind of rotate our hips round into an awkward position, and we're going to tap our knee, and you should have this kind of angle. Have a little watch of me first of all. It's a bit of a strange one at first. Once you get it, you'll understand. So tap your toes together, rotate your hips round, tap your knees together. Tap your toes together, rotate and tap your knees together. Do a few more of these. It really starts to work your legs, your inner thighs here. Tap and tap. Tap, toes tap, and knee tap. Toes tap, and knee tap. Toes tap, knees tap. 4 more of these. 4, 3, should be feeling it. 2, and 1. Lovely. And what we're going to do is we're going to extend our legs back out again. If you're struggling to balance, feel free to keep that lower leg bent slightly with your arm balanced. If you prefer to do it like this, there's no winners again for not doing that. And we're going to lift again and lower with control. You really should start feeling the burn now. So lift, lower with control, lift, lower with control. It's good if you start shaking. And remembering our core should be really engaged here as well. Lift and lower, and 4 more. Lift, lower, 3, lift, lower, 2, lift, lower, and 1. Lovely. Bending that top knee, those knees again, creating our diamond shape. Tap toes, rotate, tap knees. Tap toes, rotate and tap knees. Tap, tap. Keep going. I know it's going to start burning, but it's going to be worth it. Tap and tap. 3, 2, and 1. Incredible job. We're going to squeeze our knees in. And what we're going to do from here is we're going to lift up onto our forearm, and we're going to come into a bit of a plank position from here. So you can have your feet separated, or you can have them stacked on top of each other. We're going to lift our arm up to the ceiling, and we're going to dip our hips for a few of these. So we're getting our obliques, our core, dip those hips. Everything's engaged here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Drop those hips down to the floor. Bring those knees in. And what we're going to do is a little mermaid stretch where we stretch our opposite arm to the knees over. Lovely. We're not going to hang about. We're going to flip round onto the other side here. So what we're going to do is do exactly the same on the other side. So what we're going to do is extend our legs out long. We're going to cradle our head in our hand, keeping our other hand here for balance. And we're going to start with those kick-ups. So kick and lower. Kick and lower. Kick and lower. And remember, if you need to have some extra balance, feel free to bend that bottom leg. It just helps with the balance. There's no winners or losers for that. 2, 3, kick and lower with control, kick and lower with control. 2 more, and 1. We're going to hug those knees in a little bit, create our diamond shape. We're going to tap our toes, rotate our hips round, tap our knee, tap our toes, tap our knee, toes tap, knees tap, toes tap. It is a weird one again, so if you want to watch for a minute whilst you get used to it. I've had a bit of feedback as this being a strange concept, but I think once you get it, you understand it. So tap knee, tap toes, tap knee. We'll do 4 more of these. 4, tap, 3, tap, 2, and 1. Lovely. We're going to extend out, straight back up to these kick ups, straight and lower. Kick up, lower, kick up, lower. You should be starting to feel the burn now, especially on that outer hip and glute area. Tap, kick up, 4 more. Really powerful now. 3, lower with control. 2, and 1. Lower with control. Bring those knees in. Open up into your diamond. Tap the toes. Rotate, tap the knee. Toes, tap the knee. Toes, tap the knee. Keep going. Tap, 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 tap. Keep going. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. We're going to press ourselves up into our forearm here. We're going to extend out and we're going to extend our top. So you can either stack your legs or you can separate them for a bit of extra balance. We're putting our top arm up to the ceiling and we're going to pulsing our hips, dipping them to the floor and lifting to the ceiling. Dip and lift. Dip and lift. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Drop those hips down to the floor. Hug those knees in and we're going to stretch and do a little mermaid stretch. Nice little stretch. We're going to stay on the floor for this next sequence. I'm going to take a little grab of water. Feel free to too. We're going to lower ourselves down to the mat. What we're going to do is we're going to lift on, bring our knees in and lift up to tabletop pose. And what we're going to do from here is we're going to work our inner thighs. So we've got a nice tabletop pose of our legs. Our arms are straight. Our core is engaged. There's no arching of the back here. We want to get that back flat to the floor and our core really engaged. From here, you're going to separate your legs and squeeze in. So imagine there's like a ball or something between your legs here that you've got to squeeze right at the top. So you've got to separate and squeeze back in. Give them a good squeeze when you're together, knees together, and squeeze. We're starting to work our inner thighs here. Squeeze and squeeze. Seems like an odd movement again. Maybe something from some sort of 70s workout video, but it does work. We're going to release out as wide as you can go and squeeze, release, and squeeze. This is where you could add a booty band if you wanted some extra resistance, or a Pilates circle as well, which I will incorporate in some other videos. 2 more of these. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And 1. Now we're going to stay up here. We're going to create our diamond shape again. So we're going to lift our toes up to the ceiling a bit more, creating a diamond shape with our body here. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop our right foot to the floor, keeping that angle. So dropping down, simply like this, tap and lift. And then the opposite, so the left to the floor. And we're just going to alternate like this. Again, it's one you're not going to think, what is this doing? But in a minute, you're going to feel it in the inner thighs. So keeping our nice diamond shape, keeping our core engaged and our back flat to the floor. We're just tapping those toes down to the floor. If you feel your back arching, don't lower your feet all the way down. So if you can only manage it to here, that's absolutely fine. We're aiming to get all the way down. Just alternate in them. Tap, tap, and tap. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to challenge ourselves now if we can, and we're going to tap both feet to the floor. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. Again, checking your back, making sure everything's engaged and tight. Tap and lift. 2 more. Tap. Tap down. Lift. Tap down and lift. We're not going to release this diamond shape though. We're going to keep this diamond shape here. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a little arrow with our hands. And we're going to pulse up to a little sit up, threading those hands through our little diamond shape. And things will start to burn now. So we drop down, we lift, pulse up here, and down. And lift and pulse up into a little sit up, and down. 2 more, we lift and hold in here for a second. Release, and down. Lovely. Squeeze those knees in. You should have started feeling the burn in between your inner thighs now. Just rocking our hips from side to side and squeezing in. Lovely. We're going to come back and we're just going to do another round of that. So from here, we're going to check ourselves again. So our back is all the way flat on our mat. There's no arching of our back. There's no gap here. We're making sure our belly button is sucked into our spine. We're creating a nice tabletop pose with our legs. And we're going to separate our legs as wide as they'll go. Squeezing in. Separate and squeeze. Imagine there's a ball in between your knees. And squeeze in. We're going to do 10 of these, so just squeezing, separating, squeezing. There's no flopping. This is all really controlled. Very, very controlled from here. The more control, the more slower you can go. Obviously, the more resistance there is. We're going to do 4 more. 3. Oh, my hip just cricked. Sorry. 2. And 1. We're going to separate our legs out in our toes into our little diamond position again, and we're going to just drop our right toes to the floor, tap into the floor, and then our left toes. We're working out in our thighs now. Tap, tap. 10 of these. 10, 9. Your inner thighs should be starting to burn now. 6, 5, 4. Tap. 3, 2, and 1. Again, you're not dropping down, you're keeping your beautiful diamond, creating an arrow with our top body, and we're going to come up and pulse through our legs into a sit-up position and drop down, lower control. Pulse and hold, and drop down. Pulse and hold, drop down. We're going to do 4 more. 4, really engaging that core. 3, keeping our diamond shape. 2, and 1. Ah, amazing. Pull those knees into our chest and roll up. Don't touch the floor. We're rolling up into this position. We're going to do a couple more of those, rolling like a ball. So holding our body nice and straight, nice and tight, and not touching the floor, just rolling up. And then the last one, we're going to pull ourselves all the way up to a standing position. Having another swig of water, sorry. What we're going to do from here is we're going to stand in the middle of our mat for a moment. What we're going to do is we're going to try and do a balancing exercise. Don't panic if you can't, or if it takes a few attempts. We're just starting out with our little Pilates journey and we're testing the waters as to what you can do. So what you want to do is you want to be solid on your left leg. You might want to keep a little bit of a bend for balance in this leg, but we're standing strong on this one and we're touching the toes of our right. We're not, no balances here, we're just touching those. Have your arms however you want. I kind of like to have a prayer position here. What I want you to do with a strong core engaged is I want you to tap that right foot to the front of your mat. As so, tapping it back, tapping it out to the side. tapping it back to the middle, tapping it to the back. So you really should start to feel it in the glute and the quad of this foot. It seems very simple, but it will start to work. So we're tapping forward, tap to the middle, tap out to the side, to the middle, and to the back. We're just going to keep going. Forward, middle, side, middle, back, middle, forward, side. Are you starting to feel it in the quad of the left now? Yeah. Tap, out to the side, tap, back, tap. A few more of these. Forward tap, side tap, back tap. One more. Tap to the side. Oh, I lied, it's not one more. We'll do a couple more. Out to the side, back. You feeling it? Forward, side, and back. Okay, this is the last one. Tap forward, tap to the side, tap back. Don't hold up. We're going to come back into the middle with this one hovering. And what we're going to do from here is we're going to extend this right leg back out. And this is the balance. This is your tester. Now, you should be keeping a bend in your left knee, extending your right leg out nice and strong. You can either hold your hands in prayer position here, or if you want an extra challenge, extend them out. And we're just holding here. We're just testing the waters. If you need to come out because you can't hold your balance, there's no problem. Come back out if you can. We want to hold here. We want to pulse for a minute. 4, our arms are pulsing, our legs are pulsing. We're engaging our core. 2 and 1. And drop that back down. Stand up straight. Woo! Should have started to feel it here. It was just a bit of a test in the water. If you couldn't do the balancing, don't worry. Next time you come around to do it, you can start to improve yourself. Then what we're going to do, the same on the other side. So we're going to bend our legs, bending our right nice and strong like a tree trunk, keeping it grounded to the floor, using our our left toes just to hover and tap. What we're going to do is we're going to tap forward, to the middle, out to the side, to the middle, back. And we just keep going forward, side, back. Now you should be feeling it in the right leg because it's already just worked itself. And now it's a holding tree trunk now. Out, front. Out to the side, to the back. To the front, to the side, to the back. You should really be feeling now. Forward, side, back. Forward, side, back. Forward, 2 more. Side and back. Forward, side, and back. Lovely. And from here, what we're going to do is we're going to extend ourselves all the way out, as we did before. And we're going to pulse if we can. Oh, Steve and I can come out, so make sure we're nice and straight first of all. And we're going to pulse for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all back in. Stand up straight. Whew. That was a nice little challenging sequence there. And then all we're going to do from here is we're going to do a few squats and we're going to call it a day here. So what we're going to do from here is our feet are hip width apart. We're going to simply drop down as low as you can go. As we drop, we're going to lift our arms up to the ceiling. So drop and back up. Drop, back up. Drop. And our knees should never go in front of our toes. They're directly above the ankles. Drop, come back up. We're going to do 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and on the last one we're going to hold. 2, and 1 we're going to hold here and we're going to pulse. For 10, 9, 8, get as low as you can. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. Hope you felt the burn there. We're just going to shake out our legs here. Lovely. Oh, and we're going to take a deep breath in, and we're going to release down, and we're going to hang ourselves. You can hold on to your opposite elbows if you want, just shaking it out. Little ragdoll position here. Back up to the ceiling. I hope you felt it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel strong after it. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.